On 3rd December 1971, 14 Jat Regiment moved out from Agartala. Within a few hours on the morning of the 4th December, they captured the Lalgarh-Mian Bazar. Bold offensive action proved decisive in the success, and this continued as 2 days later, the battalion went on to capture the Comilla town. Comilla was a strategically important communication center, and the battle to capture it was a bloody one. What is interesting is that in Comilla, in March that year, the Pakistani army slaughtered 17 Bengali officers and 953 Bengali soldiers. These wounds lingered for months. The day the Comilla cantonment was liberated, local citizens accorded an overwhelming welcome. Among those who fought valiantly to liberate Comilla was Major General G.G. Dwivedi. He joins us on the show today. He's a regular on our program. He's a think tank, a force to reckon with when it comes to defense topics and strategic issues. General Dwivedi, so thank you so much. First of all, very happy Independence Day to you, sir. What is your memory of this day that I just mentioned and introduced you with, sir?
Thank you, Vinny. It's always a pleasure to be on the NewsX. I also take this opportunity to extend my heartiest felicitation to Team NewsX and also to all the fellow citizens. At the same time, it's also time to recall the sacrifices made by our countrymen to gain independence. And to that extent, it's very personal because my father and grandfather also made a humble contribution. Now, coming to the brief introduction about the Battle of Comilla and thereafter, well, incidentally, I joined the battalion on 1st December and fought the war with 1 day service on 2nd December. We were ordered to go in, and our CO, Colonel Sabowal, called me and he said, "Son, you are indeed very lucky to starting your career on the battlefield. I think every soldier aspires for such a honor." So we went in on 4th December morning, and our first objective, as you rightly described, was Lalgarh, Bangalmuri and Mian Bazar. Ironically, our first attack was not a fully success, but we had a squadron armor of 7th Cavalry. This is the historical, I would say, battle where the armored squadron, they attacked Mian Bazar and saved the day, both for the 14 Jat, for themselves and also for the division. But coming to the Battle of Comilla, this was fought on the night of 7-8 December, and I was leading the Alpha Company. Alpha Company was the company which was in the lead, followed by the other companies. And as I was navigating, we had no maps, so we had captured one of the paramilitary Jawan of Pakistan Army, and he was leading me and the what we call the navigating team. And our first objective was Thompson Bridge on the outskirts of Comilla. Now, as we had no maps, and this fellow almost walked us into the Pakistani defenses, we thought the Thompson Bridge must be a huge bridge, but it happened to be culvert. So what happened was that our company head was right into the enemy defenses. Now thereon, company commander Colonel Rai, then Major Rai, told me that you go back a little and ask the CO that should we attack because we already passed the objective. So as I was coming back, about hardly 30-40 meters, 2 Pakistani vehicles also, unknowingly got into it, and they were fired upon. Now, first vehicle was of Major Shah Nawaz, 2nd Command 23 Punjab. Now, his vehicle halted right in front of me, so I had a carbine, so I fired about 10-12 rounds, and there were 5-6 people sitting in the vehicle, and Major Shah Nawaz jumped out. So I fired at him. He took 2 bullets, but he managed to escape in the darkness because there was a little problem with my carbine. By the time I got it, he had gone away and the vehicle had got blown up. On the next day, Major Shah Nawaz was captured with a bullet in his stomach. So I had a first encounter just about 2 meters one-on-one with Major Shah Nawaz. Battle of Comilla was very bloody battle. We lost about 9 people in this, and our company Havaldar Major Kishan Singh got Veer Chakra, and also Major Rai, who was the company commander, got Sena Medal. Next battle was the Battle of Narayanganj. We crossed over to Daudpuri in helicopters. Narayanganj was one of the very formidable posts on the outskirts of Dhaka. And there was a first objective was Bandar. And it was very difficult objective because on one side there was water and they were well built up defenses. So a Charlie company under Major N.P. Singh attacked and we took 12 dead and about 20 wounded, but we managed to get foothold. And thereafter, my platoon and Alpha Company, we went in and captured the complete objective, and that was on the 15th December night. 16th December, we had to capture the other few of the outlying objectives before we got into Dhaka, and that's the day when the ceasefire was declared. Now I want to give you 3-4 perceptions of this whole battle because, as I said, I fought the battle with one day service. First and foremost, I found that our biggest strength is our battalion spirit, camaraderie, and the izzat, the honor. In fact, we were equipped with the World War II equipment. I think Pakistan had better equipment. But when we call of the spirit deco, when we talk of the battalion spirit, now that was what I found was the paramount. Second point is that a soldier just fights for the mission. He fights for the company platoon. The nation and all comes much later, but it is the soldier fights for the honor, his own honor of his platoon and company, and that's why we talk so much about this battalion spirit. Third point is, I also wish to share what kind of atrocities were committed by Pakistan. When we saw the bunkers, we found that telltale signs, the kind of clothes of the women, the bangles. And next day, on 17th December, when I went to patrol the Megha River, I found bodies floating. And that was the very clear evidence that last minute, the Pakistan army spared no effort to go in for a very major genocide which has no parallels. And my last point is, this victory was a historic victory. This victory was when Pakistan had all the resources to fight, but they lost the will to fight. Primarily, the officers let them down. And many Pakistani soldiers said, if only we had officers like Indian Army, we would have won this war. And my last very humble message to everyone who is listening to this, please remember, soldier fights for you. Make the soldier proud and worthy that his sacrifices are well honored when even he goes away while performing the duty. And I think nation owes to us, owes to the veterans, the simple honor. To our soldiers, do not ask for anything more. But all they ask is the recognition that for the citizens we fought for, they were the worthy of the fight and the sacrifice.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.